a case of beer, some barbecue. There's no doubt that I'm better than you. With these looks, a case of beer, and these moves, some barbecue. You can't blame me. There's no doubt that I'm better than you. The land of with these looks, a case of beer, and these moves, some barbecue. You can't die. There's no doubt that I'm better. Everything's fancy. The land of the American guy. The land of the American guy is where I'm from. You better believe I have about 27 guns. Baseball games. I'm leagues above you other dumb schmucks. I'm from where the women are hot and the Twinkies are deep fried. And every day I pledge allegiance to God and country. I'm the American guy. Hey! And I know there's a lot of people who are jealous
Good
of
Friday
all the
evening,
great
ladies and
things
gentlemen.
that I've got. And you know,
Welcome
when I sit
to
down
episode
and
number
take a look
107
at
of
it,
the
I have
Filsinger
to
Games
admit,
fan podcast.
I've really got quite a lot. I'm the American guy.
And we are coming at you live from the
US
West Coast.
man.
I know it's a little bit later than normal, and the reason for that is the song not playing. I don't know what's happening anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's gone crazy. Everything's gone crazy. It's 2020, right? That's what's happening. 2020 is what's going on. My name is Grandpa Choco. It is so nice to talk to you on this Friday evening. I'm not getting any sort of image, which is very strange, but you know, what can you do? Sorry the show is late. Filsinger Games themselves were a little bit behind on posting the Friday night teaser, and I wanted to wait till the Friday night teaser went up on the air before we got going. But now we're going. Now we're here. Welcome. It's great to have you all. Can I just say that it is absolutely awesome to have so many people tuned in. I mean, and when you see the question of the show, the number of people who responded to the question of the show was just, it blew my mind. It blew my mind. So I'm super excited. This is the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast, episode number 107, the podcast that preferred Buck Steele over genocide. Welcome. This is the show for September 25th, 2020, the show where we talk about all the latest news and goings-on in the Filsinger Games fan world, and we certainly do have a lot of it. First, we would like to say a big thank you to our patron producers. These fine folks and more are the fine people who keep this show going. If you like these videos, if you like the podcast, why not become a patron? Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media. Set up your monthly recurring pledge, and we will keep going. We will keep doing this, bringing you the content that you want. All right, here we go. We are starting off as we normally do with the latest news. Now, the big news is we've got a bunch of releases coming out next week, 3 big releases, and Todd Tournament Master says the games are not shipping early. So September 30th is the date. I guess that's when we can expect them to ship. But according to Todd, the games are not shipping early, so don't expect them too soon. But it's September 25th. You got 5 days. I think you can, enjoy your weekend, get a few days of work done before everything gets blown out of the window because you have new cards to play with. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with independent wrestling. Filsinger Games leading the way in independent wrestling cards. And the big announcement this week is the third and final name for the third quarter Indies Prime release. Now, this is not a release for the Best of Indies tag teams. All those names have been announced, I believe. I'm pretty sure. But if I was reading things correctly. But this is for Indies Prime. The third and final name for our third quarter Indies Prime release is another wrestler getting his first card, but has an existing partner currently in Filsinger Games, and that is Trey Miguel. Trey Miguel is the new card, not the previously existing one. Although it may be incorrect to say that Trey has a regular partner when he in fact has two. He competes as the trio Rascals, along with Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz, who both appeared in CZW Set 4. So there you go. He is the Fresh Prince of Midair. And the Power Slide Prince. So he is a prince, ladies and gentlemen. He is a prince. So there you go. There, Trey Miguel is your final Indies Prime name, and will be coming your way next week. Moving on to Champions of the Galaxy. Always fun to see what's going on with Champions of the Galaxy. Now, the Champions of the Galaxy, of course, the big release is Tournament of Champions. It's the big 50th edition. It's very, very cool. And finally, this week, we get some good art of this new character. And we get his name, ORRUS, if I'm saying that right. ORRUS, the Unstoppable. That's who it is. All that's known as Godsend has cloaked a planet, Merapis, behind an invisibility shield, and will be the setting for the incredible cascade of GWF superstars. Godsend wants to have these matches and see who wins, although after the events of Origins 2136, it's not clear he'll be able to. ORRUS is warning all GWF legends, this is my planet, and I'm the champion. How will ORRUS fare against the superstars of the GWF, and what is his deadly secret that will be unveiled in the years ahead? Which I find super interesting, in the years ahead. So is this someone who will come into 2136, or is this someone who is Tournament of Champions, going to start getting its own regular game editions? I had kind of wondered if they were going to stop doing the re-releases of the early sets and just focus on putting out sort of best of sets. So that may be what's happening here. I don't know. I love Deadly Secret. Does that mean that he has the power to kill? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. This is a set I certainly pre-ordered. I love his little Godzilla spines here, and I've already started nicknaming him Godzuki. So before I knew his name, but now we know his name is ORRUS. But still, come on, Godzuki. There you go. So that is for Tournament of Champions. It's going to be released next week. You're going to get your hands on this, or it's going to be shipping next week anyway. So incredibly excited. Looking forward to that. Definitely, this is Daryl Banks' awesome artwork here. Love seeing Daryl Banks take on new characters. Just really, really awesome. Champions of the Galaxy Prime. Everybody has been announced. No news there. So we will move right on to Legends of... the Tournament of Champions. Here we have the Tournament of Champions rosters so far. Oh, this is one other thing. All the preview kind of promotional materials for this said 16 cards plus 2 bonus cards. Well, when the box set art, I don't know if it's a box or the cover art or whatever that was released a couple weeks ago, it said 19 cards. So there's actually 3 bonus cards. And according to Tournament Master, he'll be very surprised if someone can guess the bonus card. I'm going to say Dark Menace. Dark Menace gets his way into this set. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll find out. But now, moving on to the main event, Legends of Wrestling. And of course, just moments ago, ladies and gentlemen, we had the big announcement of Jerry Brisco. Not news. We knew Jerry Brisco was coming, but we get to see the art finally, and there it is. Great art, fantastic artwork. Love this. Love the artwork on the look of the belt. The look of the belt is absolutely fantastic. Jerry Brisco is proud to join the ranks of the George Tragos Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame set. I'm reading this straight off the website. Brisco parlayed his successful collegiate wrestling career at Oklahoma State. University into the pro ranks. He is both a former world tag team champion with brother Jack and world junior heavyweight champion. Brisco had success in any territory he competed in, but achieved legendary status in the state of Florida. You know, I was watching an old promo from because I'm an '80s WWF guy. That's my that's what I grew up watching. That's what I love. And I was watching these early promos. I think it was maybe from late '84, early '85, and Dick Murdoch and Adrian Adonis were going to take on the Brisco brothers. So I may actually bring the Brisco brothers in to my Fed. I don't know. We shall see. And so those are the names. If we take a look at the roster, we have the roster here. Jack Brisco, Dan Severn, Bob Roop, George Tragos, Jim Lundus, Baron Von Raschke, Dick Hutton, Jerry Brisco announced tonight. Danny Hodge was mentioned before. Is it going to happen? I don't know. We're going to see. And then a 10th one here. A 10th one here. Now, on the board, it said there was Jerry Brisco and 2 more. We got Jerry Brisco today, 2 more. And it says at least one of these will remain a mystery. So we'll get that. But then also, our good friend Tournament Master said that there will be a Legends preview next Wednesday. So right before the sets ship, or while they're in the mail, maybe we will get one more teaser. So it'll be that, or no, it will be that. I think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what that's from. Legends Prime. There's going to be one more announcement for Legends Prime, and it is a remake of someone who has a card, but not color. How did I skip ahead of this dumb presentation here? There we go. So Legends Prime, it's a remake of someone who has a card, but their card was not color. So we're going to get a little bit of an update. There you go. That is all the latest news. Larry Pishko is watching. Hi, Larry. How are you? Says, good to see one half of the Attitude Era Stooges in the set. There you go. Wouldn't it be great to get Pat Patterson? That would be awesome. It could happen. I'm super excited for this set. If you think I'm excited now for this Hall of Fame set, you wait until the set coming out in December. Moving on to the question of the week. Last week's question of the week was the question of the show. I want to say show because if I'm not able to do this every week, I want to say question of the show, but you get what I'm saying. Was, do you roll twice for disqualifications? Answer in the comment below. We had so many answers. This is so awesome. This is absolutely fantastic. I don't even think I answered here. I don't even think I answered. But let's take a look through these. Chad, so great to have Chad watching. Chad says, Grant, thanks for the show. This has become required viewing on my YouTube subscription list. For this week's question, I do roll twice for DQs, but I was a late adopter to that. And as a follow-up to last week's question, Kerry Von Erich is not signed ... yet. I gave Chad a little bit of a bad time because he had said, Kerry Von Erich, but that could change. And so thank you, Chad. It's an honor to have one of the Legends guys watching this podcast. Brandon Williams says, roll twice for DQs except for in my garbage hardcore fed. Makes sense. And also like using Dave Little's pin mechanic as it prevents too many fast pinfalls on any one show. I'm going to have to check out Dave Little's mechanic. I don't know what that is, so I'll have to check that out. Thomas Morgan, I roll once for DQs and pinfalls. Nothing to do with the question. I just became a subscriber. Thanks for the podcast. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate it. The Nefarious Fox says, so with the roll twice for DQ, I let it be promoter choice. Promoters affect real life wrestling, so why can't I? Piper uses a foreign object and fails at DQ. I'll let it slide because I like Piper. But Morocco hits Savage with a chair once and fails his DQ roll. Well, I need to protect my Intercontinental Champion and Savage. That's a DQ. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's what's the great thing about this game is you can really apply any rules you want to this area. Keith Simmons, I always roll twice for DQ. I would much rather have the match end with a pin or submission, but the dice don't always agree. Thank you, Keith. Mark Hitchinson, Thanks for the show and the mention. I do not roll twice for DQs as I shy away from the out of the ring chart and moves that would get wrestlers disqualified as much as possible. I love that. See, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this, adding your own feeling, your own thoughts to this game. That's why this game is so awesome. Joe M. I roll twice for DQ. Only exception is if a heel champion is rolling DQ, I only roll once as they're purposely trying to get the DQ to save their title. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, our good friend Pete Beck. I do roll twice for DQ now, but didn't always. I started doing so after my first time attending Galacticon and had to scratch my head and wondered why I hadn't done it sooner. That's interesting. I am pretty sure I had cards in my Fed way back in the early days where half or more of the matches ended in DQ. Totally had that. Because of those constant DQs back then, I instituted a no DQ rule in my New Year's tournaments, also known as now known as the perennial tournaments. The first super card of my GWF year. Even though I roll twice, I still run the perennial tournaments as no DQ. I love it. Thank you all for writing in. Me personally, I do not roll twice. I always look at DQ finishes as extending the storyline, starting a feud. That's how I do it. But I also do have a lot of Titan death matches in my GWF Fed and no DQ, no countout matches in my Legends Fed. So I do have a lot of those. Usually they will happen on during title matches or on super cards or stuff like that. But yeah, I don't. I still stick with the roll once for DQ because I like DQs. It helps build out storylines. So here is the question for this week of the September 2020 releases. We've got Best of Indies Tag Team. We got Tournament of Champions on the Champions of the Galaxy side. And we've got the Hall of Fame set. Of these September 2020 releases, which one is your must buy? Which one, if you only had enough money for one set, which one would it be? Answer in the comments below. I cannot wait to see your answers. Really super excited. Thank you to everybody who answered last week. That was really, really awesome. And it was just so great to see. It was like, wow, the people are watching this and digging it. And there you go. I think we've hit the end of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to make sure, yes, I'm still recording there. That is going to do it. Now, next week, we'll have the new releases. If I get them, I did pay for the expedited shipping. If I get them in the mail, maybe we'll have a little review of them, a little look over them. But I may or may not have them by then. Who knows, by next week. But if I don't, I also have, I want to review the 2136 cards now that I'm at the end of the year. If you remember, the first episode of this podcast, or kind of the unofficial pilot episode, was going through them during the midpoint of the year. And now, since I'm at the end of the year, thank you, COVID, I want to go over them and how they fared. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. There is, there's nothing else going on. I don't have any music. My music will not play. I'm not 100% sure why. So you can just imagine the music playing here at the very end of the show. If you have a topic you'd like the show to cover, leave it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe or follow, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, and follow GWF Promoter on social media at GWF Promoter. You can check out my personal feds, gwfpromoter.com and lowpromoter.com. The theme song, when it plays, it's not playing right now, but the theme song when it does play is American Guy by Throwing Toasters, used by permission and available on Apple Music, Spotify, and anywhere you get your music. This podcast is not affiliated in any way with Filsinger Games or its subsidiaries, and it is purely for entertainment purposes. This episode is copyright 2020 Saturday Morning Media. Well, this is really awkward because there would be music here playing at the end, and I don't know why the music is not playing. It appears to be playing when I look at it, but it's not playing. I don't know why it's not playing. So you just hum a little song to your head. I will fade out the microphone. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a fantastic weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and get your mailboxes ready because we got these sets coming your way. I'm super excited for them, and I can't wait to take a look at them, which possibly we will do next week. All right, my friends, I will talk to you soon. Have a great week.